Hi, I'm Dr. Pachenik, and today I want to talk about what I consider the trend to end Congress. And what I mean by the end of Congress, I literally mean the end of representatives from our districts who are supposed to serve the public. I see all kinds of noise, sound, and fury signifying nothing. In psychiatric terms, when Congress individuals or congressmen and women are so imbued with the notion of impeachment, an issue that has already been exonerated by Mueller, an issue which is not relevant to the state of the republic, then we call that overdetermined. And what that means is that Congress is beginning to realize that they're dying. Not only are they old and incompetent, not only are we talking about Dianne Feinstein, 85 years old, and Nancy Pelosi, 79 years old, and Bernie Sanders in the late 70s, and Biden in the late 70s, we literally are talking about incompetency and irrelevancy. For the most part, most of these people have either been hypocritical, incompetent, or they really don't know what's going on. Let me give you an example. Bernie Sanders is running for president. He claims he's a socialist, but he's a multimillionaire. He claims it comes on because of a book deal. I doubt it because I've been a bestseller. I don't receive anywhere near what Bernie Sanders does. At the same time, he authorized $600 billion for the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he was a major draft dodger. Similarly, Biden, a draft dodger who said, look, we're going into Iraq and Afghanistan. I consider Bush Jr. to be a moderate man. Really? And then I have Dianne Feinstein, 85 years old, whose husband is a billionaire, made hundreds of millions of dollars on the war on terror for the company called Perini, Perini. And of course, there's our favorite Nancy Pelosi, who also voted for the war in Iraq and Afghanistan and sanctioned hundreds of billions of dollars for that war and talks about peace and consensual agreements. What we have, in fact, is a body of people who will appear no longer. The young body of people that will come forth in Congress will almost be totally irrelevant. I say this not only as a psychiatrist, but I say this also as somebody who spent a lot of time with congressmen and women and senators and understood one thing about their own dynamic. That is, for the most part, all they do all day long is to meet, discuss, and be involved in process. There's no end product. There is nothing there that will serve the republic in a useful way. So when you ask a senator, what have you done all week long? They'll say, well, I've been busy. I've been in meetings. You ask a congressman or a congresswoman, what have you done all week long? Well, I've been in meetings. Have you accomplished anything? No. And they're there for years on end. What I'm really saying to you is the beginning of the end of Congress, but also the judiciary. Because for the most part, the judges in the Supreme Court are really staid. It's a very ancient institution. It really doesn't affect overall where the republic is going. And I say this because the real trend of the republic is the increased power of the presidency. That was true of Bush Jr. when he did 9/11. That was true of Obama when he had wars in Somalia, Sudan, Libya, Iraq, and Afghanistan. And this is true now of Trump when he's deciding to pull back troops from Iraq, Afghanistan. And by the way, the war in Afghanistan is a complete disaster. The Army should admit for the first and last time, and God knows how many other times, we have lost 17 years of brave individuals, and we have spent countless billions and billions of dollars literally wasted in the sands and mountains of Afghanistan. So for the most part, the most prominent dynamic in the government, in our republic now, is really the presidency. And Trump is making it very clear. Congress making very clear that they're not relevant. So let me quote to you a gentleman by the name of Alex de Tocqueville, who hundreds of years ago said the following: if the American Congress uses American public money to bribe the American public, then it will be the end of the American Congress. I thank you and bid you goodwill.